All this work that we're doing, brothers, for this ministry, eventually is going to pay off. You better believe it, man. It's going to pay off like you'll never believe, okay? And by the way, we're the highest value male on this planet. The men of the Lord, the men of this truth, the hopeful elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the highest value male there is.
Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds. In the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. What I want to get into this morning, is a lesson dealing with how, the Lord, is grooming royalty. He has taken the hopeful elect, all right, and separated them unto himself and is now grooming them up for royalty, man. All right. He's grooming us up for a particular purpose, and in this society, we've been brought so low, to the bottom of the bottom. That we had no idea who we were, the customs that we came from, the rich, heritage, all right, and customs that we came from, okay? We only looked at ourselves in a very, we had very low self-image, okay? But as we understand that we're Israelites, we have to understand that there's a legacy, that there's a way attached to being an Israelite, man, okay? There's a standard, that's attached to being an Israelite, and it's a standard of royalty, man. And when people think of royalty, they just think, of the outward appearance, being decked out, okay, drinking wine and, telling people what to do, okay. But that's just a piece of it. That's a part of it, okay. But there's an etiquette, that goes with being royal. All right, there's a strict etiquette and conduct, okay, of being royal. All right, and this is why we have to be disciples first, man. We have to be disciplined, okay. Whenever, all right, you was born of a family, all right, that was high born, okay, a family of nobility, you will have a very strict upbringing. Yeah, you will have, the perks of, being born with servants, having estates, okay. You will inherit the titles, of your father and all these things, all right. But there was a strict upbringing that came that came with that, all right, for the men and the women, all right, the men and the women. And a lot of these videos of late, are inspired by this series on Amazon Prime called Tudors, and it's dealing with King Henry, all right, of England, in the 1500s, and I just love watching those period pieces, to see, how the nobility moved, and it just makes me think, how, far we fell, and then it makes me see how the Lord is grooming us, all right, for royalty again, okay. Now you go to Jeremiah 2:21. He said, "Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, a holy and right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?" Okay. Now I just want to focus on this word noble, okay, because the Lord established us, as nobility. Those laws, statutes, and commandments, all right, was for a royal people. There was a royal etiquette, man. Okay, that's why, because you go into royalty, if you're a father, okay, I mean, if you're a king, all right, you're not just grooming, all right, your children, you have a purpose for your children, your sons and your daughters. When if you're king, it's like if your father is a king, you will be groomed as a man. You will be groomed for nothing less than rulership. You will be being groomed for nothing else to judge and govern, okay, a nation. Okay, if you was a daughter of a king, you was groomed to be nothing less than the wife of another king. Okay, so your father could join his house and make an alliance with another king. Okay, or a prince. You see, you was being groomed from your youth up for nothing else. Your purpose was already set. Okay, the king's son, you was being groomed up to learn how to rule, to have the ability to rule. Okay, to manage people, and that entailed a lot. Okay, as a king. All right. Matter of fact, let me get this word, and then we're gonna go back into that point. All right, so you go to the word noble, okay, which is sharak in the Hebrew. All right, sharak, and it's SHARAQ. All right, sharak. All right, and this goes into choice species of a vine, choice grapes. Okay, so you go into the Strong's definition. It says the richest variety. Okay, and it's comparing it to grapes. Okay, but then it says what? The richest variety. The richest variety, man. Okay, so Israel as a nation is the richest variety of people. Okay, that's why even in our lower states, Israel still possess, special qualities that no one else has. Okay, but the Lord made us that way, to be the richest variety of the people in the earth. Okay, but through these captivities, especially this last captivity, and especially these last 60 years, within this captivity, the feminist movement, all right, street culture, okay, our people have become very degenerate. We became very degenerate as a people, to where we have a culture that couldn't exist outside of the grid. Okay, if you took the culture, black culture, okay, street culture, and that feminist mindset, and placed it, okay, in an open field, okay, and we had to live off the land, we had to, repopulate, well, that mindset of nigger culture, black culture, in which we was raised in, all right, we would just die off. That's because you can't generate nothing from that culture, man. That culture doesn't generate nothing, man. Okay, it wouldn't reproduce itself. It would die off. The only way this culture is still able to thrive, nigga culture is able to thrive, because it's on the grid. Okay, and we're pampered by convenience. Okay, but if we had to take nigga culture and put it in the open field, okay, and survive, all right, off the land, all right, it'll just die off, man, because it's a degenerate, which means it destroys, man. It's a culture of destruction. Okay, so going back to it, it says a vine stock, all right, a vine stock properly, one yielding purple grapes, the richest variety, choice. Okay, and you go here. What did the Lord say in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9? All right, 2nd Ezra 9, and all right, 2nd Ezra 9 and 20. It says, "So I considered the world, all right, which is this current society now, and behold, there was peril, which is danger, because of the devices that were coming to it." Okay, and this world ran by Esau, Edom, and all his wicked devices and schemes that he has for his wicked new world order. All right, is going to create dangerous times, man. Okay, and the Lord is observing all these things. Verse 21 says, "And I saw and spared it greatly." Now the it is speaking of the elect, "and have kept me a grape of the cluster." You see that? "And a plant of a great people." And this is that noble vine. Okay, this is the elect are the rich, all right, variety. Okay, the elect is the rich variety amongst the rest of Israel. Okay, those choice spirits. Okay, and it says, "Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain." Yeah, because our people, they refuse to come out of that mindset of degeneracy, man. Okay, they refuse to come out of their way. They choose the degeneracy, man. Because see, when you're A degenerate, you don't have a standard. You just do what you want. Okay? There's no standard when you're a degenerate. All right? You just have sex just to have sex. You just hook up just to hook up. You just do things just to do things. Smoke, drink, party, BS. Okay? You just exist in dysfunction because there's no responsibility. That's another thing. Jake hate responsibility, man. In degenerate culture, there's really no responsibility, man. That's why, the men just popping women, getting them pregnant, really not caring. The woman just laying down with who she likes and know that, there's really, nothing being thought out. Pretty much we was reduced as a people to moving like beasts. Okay? Just moving like beasts, just on sight. You just did things just at the spirit of the moment, just on sight. Like same thing like the beast in the wild do. Animals in the wild do, man. All right, they get in heat. They just, it's on sight. Okay, and that's how our people have been groomed, to move in this society, man. Okay, just move like beasts. Okay, but when you have a high born, like it is very tedious, man. Okay, if you of the high born, you're not just, if you, like I say, if you was a king, all right, there's no thought of your son, okay, marrying a woman of low rank. It ain't a thing of being bougie. Like, nah, man, like we got to keep this thing going. This is a thing of purpose, man. Like, nah, this marriage got to count. We not just doing nothing to be doing nothing. Talking about, curly hair and some titties. Like, nah, man, that's the least of the factors that go into this, man. Okay, when you moving as highborn and nobility, man. Okay, but like, nah, man, like your daughter just dealing with a peasant man, like, nah, this is out the question. That's why, like, if a woman that was from a highborn family and she dealt, with a man that was a peasant, okay, or what they call, cause see, Esau, he promotes being a low life. He glorifies being a low life. Okay, and in this society, the women, they gravitate to low life men. To degenerate men, that's what they gravitate to. That's the masses of women. They gravitate to that. Okay, but if you was a daughter from a noble family and you dealt, with a man that was a low life, you dealt with a Puka Ray Ray, you was done. You would never be able to marry, okay, into a royal family. Once they found that out, that they, first off, you lost your virginity, you're done. But then who you lost your virginity to is like, oh, hell no. And there would be a disgrace. Even as a prince. Okay? Even as a prince, if you want to try to just make, a woman, any woman, your wife, and she wasn't of a certain, no rank or status, it would be like a disgrace, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, what's the purpose in this marriage? Like, how did this forward the family? What are we doing here? Okay, and it was like that because marriage was more like, in this time, marriage is just convenience, really. Like in this society, it's just so much dysfunction. Marriage is really a thing of convenience, because the women, they've been promiscuous. Okay, so the pair bonding is out the window. Okay, they already, it's already, children involved most of the time. So marriage in this society is pretty much, marriage is for convenience. Y'all just help each other pay bills. You got some in-house box, she got some in-house ride. Okay, and you go on a date or two, and that's the end all be all pretty much of the modern marriage. Okay, but nah, man. When you love a particular house, everything counts. You ain't doing nothing just to do it, man. Okay, but you go back here, 2 Ezra 9:22. It said, "Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. Let my people be kept, Okay, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. And the Lord, all right, is grooming us, all right, to be a royal family again, man. Okay, a royal family, and those laws are the etiquette and the standards of a royal people. Okay, so you go into this word. Let's get this word groom. I'm gonna go to the second definition. It says to prepare or train someone for a particular purpose or activity. To prepare or train someone for a particular purpose or activity. So we're being groomed for a particular purpose. Men are being the men of the hopeful elect are being groomed to be joint heirs with Yahweh. Okay, and if we're being groomed to be joint heirs, hey, this is a tedious thing, man. This is why when you go here, okay, the prince didn't just, when you was a prince, your father was a great king. You had a strict upbringing, man. Okay, you was into things, man. You weren't just, all right. And the scriptures promote that amongst, the scriptures promote that amongst Israelite men. Let's get some examples. All right, let's get this in Proverbs. Okay, because if you was a prince, man, you would have to understand your family history. You have to understand the histories of the people that was around you. You have to understand, warfare, agriculture. Okay, you have to understand geography. Okay, you have to understand hunting. Okay, the seasons. When to plant. Like when you have to study patterns, man. You have to study famines and the mistakes of other kings. It was a very tedious upbringing, man. You will learn different languages of the people around you. The people that that your family has conquered. You have to learn those languages and those customs. And, it was a very tedious and disciplined upbringing, man. Okay, you weren't just no nigga drinking wine and slapping the maize on the ass and all right. Nah, man. Let's get this. Hold on. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 1. It said, through desire, a man, all right. It says, a man having separated himself seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom. Okay, with all wisdom. All right, and that's the traits of a king, to be entangled in wisdom, man. Okay, to look into things, man. See how things work. See how systems run. Economics. Okay. Geopolitics, man. Geography. Okay, as a prince, you have to be into all those things, man. Okay, a prince will have all type of tutors, man, throughout the day. Throughout his life, man. You see? Because even that concept in school, where you would change classes, where the prince will have those tutors, come to him. He will have a tutor that will teach him, even etiquette at the dinner table, how to stand, how to walk, okay? And in this type of event, how to come into a room, how to leave out the room, okay? How to sit down, how to bow, how to, people bowing to you like that. They were trained for that, man. Okay, another tutor in and come and teach him, the history of his family, the history of other families around him, that's within the courts. Okay, then another tutor would come in, all right, and teach him, the economy, currency, how do you, trade, okay, trade routes, and another tutor will come in, okay, probably take him out, teach him how to hunt, okay, teach him actual agriculture, how to plant, okay, and it will be all throughout the day. Okay, and then in the evening you probably chill, you have what they call recess, a break in between and get back to it. And then in the evening, he was allowed to unwind. Okay, but it was a tedious upbringing, man. Okay, And it says, through desire, man having separated himself and seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom. And you go here, you know. That's why as a man, our passion for wisdom and understanding, should be heightened. Let's go here. Sirach 30, I think it's 39 and 1. Okay. Sirach 39 and 1 said, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. Okay? So, as a young prince, we have to give our mind, to the grooming, to become those joint heirs, man, of Yahweh Shai. That's why we go into, we study the law. Okay, what the law says about this and the law says about that, and we apply it to the best of our ability. Okay, which we know salvation gonna come through faith, but through this grace period, we are gonna increase in our understanding of this book, man. Okay, even the certain precepts that are not in the Torah, okay, we treat them as what, man, a standard, as bylaws, man. Okay. It says, and is occupied in the meditation thereof. You be occupied in these things, man. Okay, these things should take a portion of our time, a portion of our day should be occupied to these things, man. As we steadily increase. It says, we'll seek out the wisdom of the ancient, studying our forefathers. Like I said, it's another trait of a prince, study the forefathers, man. To see their achievements. That's another thing, that will give, a self-image. That gave us identity as well, man. That's why we're getting the identity now. Okay, that's why you see brothers, they not settling for anything, man. They not all up, their head not all up the woman ass, like that. Okay, these certain brothers, we all in different phases of our life. But you see a lot of, there's a lot of brothers like, cause see that's on the back end, man. Okay, see when you have a mindset of a peasant, getting a woman is just this awesome and great thing and just the end all, the be all, like nah, man. But as we increase, as we're becoming groomed, all right, for royalty, man, groomed for rulership, man, you have a completely different aspect. Completely different perspective of these things, man. Okay, like you want to search things out, like we should be infatuated with how systems work, how this work, how that work. So I'll be, so when you do the ride share, you get certain interesting people, that you ride with, man. And I'll be asking questions, man, especially people that's well traveled, been to a lot of places, a lot of countries, man. I be interested in just how things work, man. You find out how things work, like damn, it just makes it just makes us more well-rounded when we find out how things work, how this work, what's the origin of this, what's the origin of that, and that's the mindset of a young prince, man. Okay, and it says we'll seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in the prophecy, what's to come. So as we see things happening, we understand that there's particular things that's to come. Because why? Because as here it is, we're, in captivity, but these prophecies are going to lead to our deliverance, all right, and the setting up of our kingdom. So we're highly concerned about these things, man. These things, we have interest in these things. That's another thing. A king, he wouldn't be overly distracted with sports and entertainment. Those are downtime things, things you do, in your downtime. Okay, he wouldn't be just that wouldn't be his life. He's infatuated with those things. Nah, he would be concerned about the affairs, the potential affairs that would affect his kingdom or his rulership. Okay, and these prophecies are things, that affect, our kingdom that's to come. Okay, They are tokens and signs of our kingdom that's to come. So we are occupied in prophecies, man, because we have interest in these things, man. You know, that's why you will have, kings will have certain intel and spies and other kingdoms to try to see how they was moving, to kind of speculate, okay, the future, okay, the future moves of other kingdoms, so he can kind of, put himself in position to win. Okay, so we go into these prophecies, man. We're putting ourselves in position to win. Be in line and being, in sync with the kingdom of Yahweh. Okay, so let's go here. Let's get this in. No, this Wisdom of Solomon. It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7. Okay, started. All right, Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 17. It said, "For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements." Okay, how the world was made and the operation of the elements. You see? So Yahweh Shem Shai, and he's grooming us, all right, to get into these things, man. Some brothers gonna be more than others, man, but just, whatever your light is, whatever your gift is, man, tap into it. Okay? But King Solomon, all right, he was a well-rounded king. Okay? This is for he had given me certain knowledge of the things that are, all right, namely to know the world, all right, how the world was made, the operation of elements, the beginning, the ending, the midst of times, okay, prophecy, history, current events, okay, the alterations of turning of the sun and the change of seasons, okay, understanding the seasons, spring, winter, fall, summer, okay, the circuit of years and the position of stars, astronomy, understanding the stars and how they affect the atmosphere, into all these things, man. How it affect the earth, the moon, how, he was into those things, man. The nature of living creatures, the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, the reason of men, psychology, okay, the diversity of plants and virtue of roots to herbs, and all such things are, it said, and all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know. Okay, and those were the traits of being highborn. You would be into, it was a tedious upbringing, man. Like being highborn, hey, you was poured into. All right, men and women. Because I was on that series, the tutors. You have King Henry, his wife Queen Catherine, and that one of the episodes found out that she used to sew his shirts for him. She sewed his shirts, like all the shirts that the king wore. His wife, she sewed them herself. Okay, she was bred because see, a woman that was bred to be a wife of a king. She had a very tedious upbringing, man. She was learning how to sew. She knew particular things as politics, so she can be an aid, to her husband in certain things. Okay, she knew how to run a household, to be all right, administrator of a household of affairs. How to plan banquets and feasts. That the king wanted. Like she was groomed to be that. That's why when the king, if you get a woman, that was a peasant, okay, basically all she would be able to do is provide you with what, some sex and some heirs. All right, but for administrating and really helping you and how you move, she wasn't groomed to be that, man. Okay, she wasn't groomed to be that. All right, but the daughter of a king, she was groomed, okay, to be compatible, okay, with the king, her father being the king. So she had, their frame of reference. All right. And he will make sure that she was brought up, all right, to be pleasing unto a king. Okay, to aid a king. Okay. So yeah, man, this ain't no hangout, man. All right, we're really being groomed, man. You brothers, all right, even you sisters, man. Hey, we're being groomed. Okay, patience, waiting. Hey, you see, discipline, all that's a factor. Learning. Okay, so let's go here, and we can end it here. All right, because the Lord has an expectation, man, for his people. Jeremiah 29 and 11. It said, "For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, said the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." To give us an expected end. Now, what is that end? Go to the word end in the Hebrew is Aharayat. Aharayat. All right. It says the end. All right. Posterity, the last, the hindermost part. Okay. It says posterity, remnant, residue, a reward. Okay. So the Lord has an expected end for his people, and we're being groomed. Okay. For their reward, we're being groomed for posterity, man. The remnant, it's a remnant. We're being groomed for these last prophecies, man, in which we're going to be what? The royal family again in the earth. Okay, so the Lord has an expected end, so we're going through that process, okay, of becoming what, man? That royal family again. We gotta go through that process because the Lord, that's the end game that the Lord has for his people, and that's why, right now the process is only with the elect. Okay, the grape of the cluster. So let's get that in that 1 Peter 2. 1 Peter 2 and 9 said, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people." All right, a royal priesthood. Okay, a peculiar. All right, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praise of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. And what's the main way that we show that praise? Okay, through our conduct. Okay, having the conduct of debt, all right, of nobility, man. Okay, men, let's say men that we know not to cut other men off in their speech. The way that we reverence one another. Okay, that's royal etiquette, man. The woman knowing when, what things she shouldn't even speak on, knowing, to be quiet, that she has no say so in these affairs, understanding, okay, when, and understanding how to move around those men. Okay, we the generation, man. The Lord has a generation that he's gonna groom into royalty, man. Lord will, we of that generation, man. Okay. So Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified, once again, give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to all his younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutations, hopefully, Shalom.